to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
Filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
There we go.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about this episode today. You know, we got a good one, man. We got a lot to talk about. It was a great weekend of football. Some rivalries going against each other. Some good quarterbacks going against each other. And good offensive teams. We had the Dolphins and the Chiefs. That's a great matchup. Seahawks and Ravens. Bills and Bengals. Cowboys and Eagles. It was a great weekend, man. But look, before we get into everything, we're going to have some guests come on the show on the back end. You know, the Eagles won, so the Eagles that are flying into the show. But before we do that, all right, we got two of my bros with me. You know, I hope y'all had a great weekend. We got Davey Dollars and my man, Mr. You Done Something himself. Tomo, how y'all doing, fellas?
Man, I'm doing better than the NFL officiating staff, man. After like 9 weeks, man, the fans are getting upset by these calls, man. I'm not talking about my game only. There's a lot of games we watch, but they've been missing stuff. But I want to tell y'all this, hey, Cowboy Nation, hold your head up, man. This ain't like that 49ers loss. We showed one team we can actually run with them.
Yeah, that's actually true. I mean, it is a divisional game. I expected the game to be close, and that's exactly how it was. But I'm officially off the bye week. No more bye week now. Now we have a game to prepare for Sunday against the Jaguars. So let's see what happens with Chase Young making his debut with the 49ers. First time he's played with Nick Bosa since they were in college at Ohio State. So I'm excited about that. Miami plays the Lakers tonight. You know, team fully healthy. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see if Jimmy actually puts up 20-plus points. I don't know if he's done so far this season. So let's see what happens. I know Tyler Hero will going to, do what he got to do. And, you know, we got the doghouse coming up this week. I can't wait to talk about that. It actually might be an earlier day. So we'll see what happens with that. We got some MLB stuff to talk about. So I will be on BWT again this week.
That's good. And
then, of course, we can't start the show without saying it's Money Making Mondays. And what we do on Monday is we turn me up. And shout out to the newest show on the network, RBO, Real Ballers Only.
Let's get it. So I know we said that he's going to make an episode today. He's making it today, but it's coming out tomorrow. All right? So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. We'll get out at the exact time. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram, and you will know. Or join the chats, you know. Tom will talk about that later. But look, y'all, like this video. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook. Like this video on 3 different platforms, X, Facebook, and YouTube. We are 28 subscribers away from hitting 1,000. So we're excited about that. Like Dave always mentions, the anniversary for the trio, right? It's the 16th. What's that? That's 10 days from now.
10 days away.
You got 10 days, y'all, to get 28 subscribers. 10 days. All right? That's 3 a day if you want to know the math. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. If you also share this video so you can watch it along with y'all. Y'all can use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. When you throw a comment, we're going to throw it on the screen. But guess what? If you throw it in a super chat, Tomo would excited to talk about that. Super chat, all right? We're going to hold up and throw it on the screen. We're gonna start whatever we're doing. We're gonna read it out loud. All right. No matter what it is, don't say nothing wild. Okay. And then last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. And Tomo, when we come back from the break, you can talk about the membership and stuff like that. All right.
Got you. You see me over here getting mentally prepared, right? But I mean, out the gate. Oh, we got one out the gate. Oh, okay. I thought we had one out the gate. I know the sound hold up, but we know what we gotta switch it up. Anything $25 and over, we gotta come up with a new sound.
I like we do need to set like some standards.
Yeah,
you feel me? I'm with that.
See, look, pull the curtain back just a little bit. But Sunday night football, these two quarterbacks went up against each other all season, all the way into this season. We always talk about top 5, top 10 quarterbacks. What's the rankings? Where do you have them placed? Who's what or who's who? Then people were talking about Tua or maybe Josh Allen. Like, what is it? We looked at both of these teams so far, same division. They played against each other. One actually came out victorious. The other one is still trying to find their footing in this division and the conference. But after yesterday, are you worried about Miami or Buffalo? So with this, I had to switch it up a little bit. You see what I did there? Another football concern, AFC. And for me, I know what most people think I'm going to go with this. And you're right. I'm going that way. It's definitely the Bills. I'm definitely going to say the Bills because the one concern we had about the Dolphins coming into this season was what? Can Tua stay healthy? And if Tua stays healthy, then we know what that actual offense can look like. As the season progressed, we started to notice that, okay, Tua's healthy, but is this team really that good? Because we seen what they did to the Broncos, but we also seen what happened when they went up against what some would say a contender in the Bills. And we also seen what happened when they went to Philadelphia and lost. You know what I mean? Injuries definitely has something to do with that. But again, if you are a good team, you can find ways to overcome injuries and any other type of things that NFL game would throw at you. That's just with the Dolphins. Meanwhile, tell me how many people on the Bills offense are actually out. They key playmakers. Not too many. You still got Josh Allen there. You got the quarterback. You still got Diggs there, his number one target. Gabe Davis is showing up. The young rookie. The young rookie Kincaid, he's making plays every now and then. And then sometimes when they actually do hand the ball off, the running back sometimes finds a way to get some actual positive yardage. So for me, I got to say it's the Bills. I'm going to let you guys answer, and then I'll throw in a little bit more. So, Dave, who are you more worried about?
For me, it's Miami. I'm also worried about Miami. Now, the Bills, yes, we do see that they lost to the Jets early this year. They also lost to they just lost to the Bengals. So yes, I see that. However, we've talked about Miami as if Miami was a Super Bowl contender. Miami was at one point considered the best team in the AFC. Well, other than the Chiefs, but at least the second best team in the AFC. So far this season, they're 0-3 against winning teams. And that was almost the same thing last year. But of course, we know Tua was injured, so we can understand that. But this year, he's healthy. He hasn't missed a game so far this season. And outside of New England, it doesn't seem like they are able to beat well, not New England, because New England's not a winning team, but they haven't beaten a winning team so far this season. Joe, you're blurry, by the way.
I know. I'll come back to life.
I was waiting for him to do the little voiceover. And this is what.
Now, one positive I can say about the Dolphins is that with Tua playing, he's 11-2 against Super Bowl head coaches, which is pretty good. But he's 0-2 against Andy Reid. Deep pass targets, he's when he's targeting Tyreek Hill, he's great. Tyreek Hill has 12 catches, 470 yards, and 6 touchdowns with deep passes from Tua. But everything else, not good. Only three catches outside of Tyreek for 83 yards and no touchdowns. Dolphins are supposed to be a really good team, and we know how prolific this offense is, but they have looked pretty much mediocre offensively against the best teams in the AFC and in the NFL. If we looked at last year against the 49ers, they didn't necessarily have that high-power offense that was able to win that game. And then you look at this season with the Eagles, they only put up 17 points. Then you look at the game against the Chiefs, didn't score over 20 points. And then you look at the Bills, they didn't even score 10. So my concern for real between these two teams would be the Dolphins, because we're expecting them to be better than what they are. And yes, I do understand that their best cornerback just got back from injury. He was out all season, and was Xavier Howard playing. So I see that if there's some promise can be made, but between the two teams right now, I'm more concerned about the Dolphins than I am about the Bills.
All right. I'm with Tomo. It's the Bills. I'm more concerned with the Bills. So, like, everything you said about Miami, that's how Buffalo is looked at too. Super Bowl contender. They're one of those teams that are like Super Bowl bust. And they got the better quarterback, Josh Allen, who's not been – he actually leading QBR, by the way. I don't think I know that, but he leads the NFL in QBR right now. So, but he's too up and down. Like, they're winning and losing their games because of Josh Allen. Now, also, the Dolphins, like you said, they've been hurt. They are getting healthy while the Bills are not getting healthy. They actually are losing players. They are constantly getting injured. They lost their two best players on defense. You know, while the Dolphins are getting it, they got their two best players on defense back. You know, so and then I look at the schedule. You said that the Bills haven't beaten a contender. Well, the Dolphins. I could say the same about the Bills. They did beat Miami in Buffalo, but is it going to be the same when they go to Miami? You know, we all know Buffalo and Miami are they got a home field advantage against each other. Last year, Buffalo beat Miami in Buffalo, and last year, Miami beat Buffalo in Miami. So the Bills lost to every contender so far they played. They lost to the Bengals. They lost to that's it. The Bengals. I'm sorry, the Bengals. But they also in the Jaguars, and they also lose to teams that we not expecting to lose to. One thing about the Dolphins, they beat up on the teams they're supposed to beat, but they lose to the teams that we are showing our contenders. They lost to the Jets in OT because of Josh Allen. They lost to New England because of Josh Allen. All right, and then you look at their schedule. They still got to play the Jets again, who beat them, Philly, Kansas City, Dallas, Miami, and the Patriots again, who beat them. And I ain't including the Chargers, who could probably beat them too. So the Bills got a tougher schedule, while Miami, they got to worry about the Raiders. I mean, really, the Jets twice, Washington, Tennessee. Then they got Dallas, Ravens, and Bills. But that's at the end of the season when the Ravens might be resting their players. I don't know what Dallas will be doing, but
we're going to be playing.
Yeah, y'all will be. But I'm more worried about the Bills because of the roller coaster they have. They are a roller coaster. When Miami, like, even though they lost yesterday, they played a close game against the Chiefs. They could have won that game. They gave up 21 points and they lost by 7. They held Miami to 0 points. So we see the defense is going to get better with Ramsey and them back. They did a great job against Mahomes and now. But I can't say the same thing about the Bills. I can't.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tom, because I think you said you had something to say.
Oh, no, my message is more so when we roll over into the next topic, because I see that Joe actually took the angle that I wanted him to go with Josh Allen. So I'm glad you're seeing the light, man.
I just tell the truth. Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah. I know, man. I just like killing you for saying that, man.
My thing about the Dolphins schedule, even though, yes, you may look at the Raiders as a team that they should beat. I mean, the Raiders did just win the game 27-0.
Against who again?
Doesn't matter. They won. Doesn't matter. They won. And then the Jets, I mean, they have some wins this season as well. Mm-hmm. We know that their defense is really good, so that's a possibility they could lose that game as well. So my thing is, I just want to see the Dolphins play well against contenders and against great defenses. That's the thing for me.
And they got 5 more home games and 3 more away games. They are terrific at home.
Yeah, Joe, I'm glad you brought up the turnovers, because technically that's what's holding the Bills back is the turnovers. They could be in most of these. When they are in most of these games, the turnovers happen, and then it's like, there goes the momentum again. So my message to you, Josh Allen, I was watching this movie right before the Cowboys game. I need a little bit of motivation, right? My man said, you know how many feet are in a mile? 5,280 feet. You pick this ball up and you run every one of them. You're killing me, Petey. You're killing me. All right. And Petey never fumbled again, or he never seen the field again. He stopped playing defense, but that's all I'm saying, though.
And yeah, I know I said Josh Allen is the reason why they're losing these games. I can say the same thing about Tua too. All right, so I just want to put that out there. All the Miami fans.
That pass was bad.
Yeah, that was on Tua. And the missed snap, we was beating up on the center, but it was really Tua. Like, so Tua got to step his game up too, and he got to learn how to extend plays like the Josh Allen.
The parity this season is all over the place in the NFL, man.
Who's the MVP?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know.
I knew that's how you know the writer strike is real. Because right now, this NFL script is just like they just stopped at page 36 and they just like make stuff up as we go. But man, since we stand on the AFC, man, we got to talk about America's best. All right, who's the best team in the AFC? You said who's the MVP, but who's the best team in the AFC? You got like two teams that's tied right now. They both have questionable losses, but again, this division looking like our fantasy football league, man. If you lose one game, you get dropped from 2 to like 9.
I swear.
You got to be on your A game. So, Dave, I'm going to start with you. Who's the best team in the AFC?
All right, this one wasn't easy for me.
Okay.
Because for me, it's between two teams.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs and the Ravens.
Okay.
Now, one team definitely has a top 5 defense this season that I'm pretty sure nobody expected. I don't think anyone expected Kansas City to have a top 5 defense this season. I did expect them to be a really good defense, but to be top 5 was a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens right now are also a top 5 defense. They top 2, if I remember. If not number 1, they are number 2 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in yards, points. Their defense is phenomenal with all the injuries that they've had this season. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I feel like the Ravens are the best team in the AFC right now. Simply because the way that they've played lately seems like they've been on a mission to dominate whoever is in their way. Dominated the Lions. Dominated. I forgot who they just played Sunday.
Seahawks.
That fast. Dominated the Seahawks. Thank you, Carl.
The Lions that can rate the score with.
Thank you, Carl. Needed that dub so we can stay in first place in the NFC West. But I just feel like they're doing whatever they can to get these wins. And I believe they have the top rushing offense in the league right now. They had 300 yards rushing yesterday, and they just been balling out. And this is without having a receiver that's really dominating anything right now. Now they have receivers that have been helping them out. They went and signed Odell. They drafted Zay Flowers. They went and signed Nelson Aguilar. They still have one of the best tight ends in the league in Mark Andrews. But, they lost their best running back through injury their first game of the season. He out for the whole year. But that seems to have not made a difference. Now, I know the Chiefs, and if you look at the two teams, the Chiefs did have I don't think the Chiefs have had the only questionable loss is against the Broncos, but it's a division opponent. They play tight every single season, so I can't really give them any flack for that. The one thing that gives me a little halt on the Ravens, even though I'm saying that they're better, is because of that loss against the Colts. But I compare that game to the game that the 49ers played against last year against the Raiders. Gardner Minshew is familiar with that offense, so he was able to be successful in that offense, even though it's against a team that should have won. That's a better team, but that's it. But I believe the Ravens are the best team in the AFC.
Joe?
Whew, tough question, man. Tough question. All right, so man. I mean, I want to say the Ravens too. It's between the Ravens and Chiefs, because the Ravens. I mean, like right now they're the 6th ranked offense in yards and points.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're number 1 rushing team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And this is offense, and defense, they're 2nd ranked defense in yards, 1st in points, 2nd best passing defense. And the AFC is nothing but passers. So, but as much as I want to go with the Ravens, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. All right, and the reason why I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because what I've seen from Baltimore is, yes, they blew out the Lions. They did a good job. Yes, they blew out the Seahawks. They did a good job. But when they are in these tight, close games, they scare me. because they turn the ball over too much in crucial moments. The 2 games they lost against the Steelers, yes, division opponent. When the game was close, they turned the ball over in 2 straight possessions to lose that game. Against the Colts, they was turning the ball over also against the Colts. Went overtime with the Colts with Gardner Minshew as quarterback. Now, like you said, the Broncos are a division opponent just like the Steelers are. All right? I mean, both games they played the Broncos, the Chiefs really couldn't score, and that's one of the worst teams in the league. Y'all remember last year, Mahomes threw 3 interceptions against the Broncos in the first half. And Russell Wilson was the laughing stock. So we all know how that goes. And then the Lions, Travis Kelce didn't play, best player on their team. I know the Ravens are dealing with injuries also, but the Chiefs have won games that I saw like it's the Jets. Mahomes had 3 interceptions in the first half, I think, and then ran a 10-yard scramble to get a first down, got a holding penalty, and then ran for a 20-yard scramble. So the Chiefs know how to put the nail in the coffin. I haven't seen the Ravens learn how to do that yet this year. So that's one thing. All their wins been really blowouts, or it's been it's been far-fetched wins. Like it wasn't no nail biters. People say the Bengals were a nail biter, but they were killing the Bengals, and the Bengals came back. So I got to see the Ravens win in clutch moments to call them the best team in the NFL.
That goes to the parity narrative. Look at what you said yesterday, Sunday's game. They said the Cowboys either they're gonna blow somebody out or they're gonna get blown out. And then you look at the other team in our division, the Eagles. They win a lot of close games. They say that's how you win championship football, right? So for me, that's kind of why I'm picking the Ravens and saying they're the best team in the AFC, because those 2 games alone are learning curves. Granted, they did lose because of the 2 turnovers, but did they not bounce back the following week? Now, when you look at what the losses that, of course, it's week 1 with Kansas City. They'll say week 1 out the gate, they didn't have their best defensive play, and I don't think Kelce played that game, right? Kelce was hurt. So that's
Kelce
so
Chris Jones and Kelce was out that game.
Yeah, so more people are leaning towards the injury bug on that game. They won't really just say the Lions just flat out did their thing. But then you go fast forward to Boulder Crest when they went up there to Denver, and then they got rolled over. Some people say Mahomes had the flu. Well, I seen Jordan play with the flu, and he got shoes because of it. Football and basketball are 2 different sports, but at the end of the day, the score is what it was when you go up against a division opponent. Not too many divisional games get blown out like that, neither. It's usually a close game, and they got literally blown out. For the Ravens, their real key is the quarterback. I said it on the Sunday show. Like, Lamar is their X factor, and when he's in the game, he's a game changer. Now, granted, you want to win with your quarterback, and I don't really recall the last 2 turnovers against the Steelers, but I know one of them with the Colts was more so Lamar. I think he threw an interception or he fumbled the ball or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was a fumble against the Colts. I think it was the same thing against the Steelers too. I think it was a fumble and a pick.
Yeah, so it was a fumble and a pick against the Steelers.
So with that, it's more so a mental error with one player versus a whole team just going to Denver and not showing up. I literally told y'all there's times where you see Chris Jones looking like, man, do I really need to play defense? Sometimes I feel like the Chiefs are just coasting to get to the playoffs. That's just little things I see. So for me, I'm going with the Ravens until they prove me wrong. So right now, flock on.
Yeah, I'm not.
My bad. Go ahead.
I'm not mad at the Chiefs pick. Because clearly, their defense is just phenomenal this year. Like I said, I wasn't expecting that. Right. And then my thing about Lamar against the Steelers, he seems to just not play well against them. I think that's something that he has to do as well, as a leader and to be considered. Not saying that he can't win a championship, but to really be looked in the light of that, you got to be able to win those games that people doubt that you can win. And the Steelers has been kind of sort of been your Achilles heel. I think he has one win against them in his career. So he has to be able to do better against them. And he plays well against everyone else in that division, but the Steelers, you got to be able to beat a divisional opponent.
Yeah, he actually played good. He had those 2 turnovers. Don't get me wrong on that one. But he actually played good up to that point. The Steelers game was that game when they had all those drops too. They were terrible. So he played good that game. He just didn't close the deal. That's the thing about Lamar, man. Like, that's my guy. You know how much I like Lamar, y'all. But in crunch times, man, he been turning that ball over against the Colts. Yeah, Carl, you're right. The turnovers came early, but that was the same game when they were blitzing the mess of Lamar. He was inaccurate. Even though he leads the league right now in completion percentage, by the way.
Sure does. I think he has been all season.
Yeah, so he been back and forth with Tua, whatever. They've been going back and forth, but he's number one. And Josh Allen is crazy. Like I said, number one QBR. That surprised me. Well, on interceptions he got, but
That one surprised me too. I was looking it up. I said, "Nah, ain't no way." But he's making it happen.
Where is he? I mean, I guess you got to figure out where he is in touchdowns and yards. That's probably why his QBR is up there.
Yeah, so
I can see it when you can just spam Diggs and Diggs just make those big plays for you, man. And Gabe Davis is coming through too. Like there's time, like I said, you'll watch a Bills game and just be like, man, I see what they got here. And then out of nowhere, they'll just glitch. And then the game will just go left. Like last night, technically, they were supposed to compete better with the Bengals, but it just went left.
Yeah. All right, let's get it, man. That's good.
Well, I mean, the moment you've all been waiting for is not here yet. We're going to a commercial break, and then we're going to bring our guest up. We got to do this recap. We got to talk about no one's reading. Are we reading the script this week?
No.
I'll let you all know when we come back from commercial break, man. Hit that like button. If you ain't hit the like button already, hit the subscribe. And if you already subscribed and like, become a member.
Troy might be popping up.
Man, we'll be right back.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri. This is Ed Han.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
And we bike. Joe, I had to make a quick, change right quick. I had to let the people know, man, I ain't running from y'all. We ain't scared. We ain't scared. I'm gonna let you take over from here, though, Joe. I found out that when it's Cowboys talk, I'm gonna just be a guest.
All right. So before we do that, Tomo, let the people know about the memberships and everything like that.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because while y'all was doing all that, I know some people be like, man, they got commercial breaks. They got what is it? RBO. We got CTC, BWT, Doghouse, Javon, FFC. There's so many shows on the network that when you click the link, you like, wait, I just came here to see. They got all of this. Yeah. So when you become a member, you actually get more content as well, because we got members only episodes too, and we have rivals that link up and they really talk football, but they also get their jokes off. So to do all of that and to join the IG chats, click the link in the description below. You got the pro level for $2.99 a month. With that, you get loyalty badges next to your name and live comments. You get the priority comments, and you get to join one sports chat. If you don't know about the sports chats, go back to the commercial break. And All-Star level, $4.99 a month. You get the same perks from the pro level, but you get member-only videos. I just told y'all the perks with the member-only videos. Those are adult explicit, so you can go over there and barbershop talk for real. Then you get to join multiple chats, and you get to request a topic or segment nominee. Segments are "You Done, Son?" We bringing that back soon, because the season, both seasons are ramping up, so a lot of people need to be done, son. We got the Doghouse, and then we got Joe's Not So Average Top 5. Then we got the Superstar level, where you get the perks from both All-Star and Pro, where you get to join the R2L chat. You get to be a guest on the show. You might have to read a script if you're a guest, but you get to be a guest on the show. You get awards and plaques. Go to the Instagram page, check out the awards and plaques, man. Everybody, man. I'm gonna tell you this: if you win an award, most likely you won't get a show on the network. I'm just saying.
That's how it's been working on.
I'm just saying that's how it's been. I'm waiting for J-Mo to make the call. Just saying. And then you get member shout out. So again, shout out to all our superstar members. We got Jerry, Donnell, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, and you. So make sure y'all click that link in the description. Take it away, Joe.
Let's get it. All right, man. I'm excited about this next segment. Y'all know what happened yesterday. Y'all know it went down at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time. The Cowboys rolled up in Philly. Dallas Cowboys, what I mean, rolled up in Philly to the Lincoln Financial Field to play their first division game against the Eagles. All right, second division game of the year. And it went down to the wire, literally to the last second, and the Eagles prevailed, and they won by 5 points. All right. But before we talk about the game, we got Tomo by himself as the Cowboys fan, and we're gonna bring in two Eagle fans that's gonna represent Philly today. All right. The first one I'm gonna bring up, he's no stranger to the network. He's been on win, lose, or draw when it comes to the Eagles. Well, like he always said, they rarely lose, right? But yeah, he's been on. All right, and he's been preaching all year, and what he's been preaching has been coming to fruition. I gotta give him props for that. All right. So first we're gonna bring up my man all the way from Minnesota, AJ.
What's up? What's up? What's up? I was waiting on the applause, man. I'm like, damn, where's that? Where's that?
He had to get the boos out the way first. How you
doing?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling great, especially after that win. Beating Dallas is always lovely. So, I'm feeling pretty good, man. Sitting in first place. I'm feeling like a first place guy right now. That's how I'm feeling, man, to be real with y'all. But as lucky. But as always, though, I'm happy to be here, man. Happy to be back on the show. Looking forward to being back on even more often, but happy to be here.
Let's get it, man. Let's get. We happy to have you on. But you ain't the only one on from Philly, all right? Tomo, I'm sorry, man. It's a handicap match. Me and Dave not helping you. We just watching from the side of the ring, all right? The next guy we're gonna bring up, the guy. If you in the chats, man, you get notifications all day because of reels, all right? From
my goodness.
And every time the Eagles win, more come. But hey, he's been preaching all year too. He's been preaching about Hurt since last year on the show, all right? So we're gonna bring up. He got his name as Hurt for MVP. Let's bring out Kevo. No cheers.
I didn't know if he was here now. I'm waiting for him to come back.
There we go.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm here. Hey, look, I'm just the voice. Hurt's gonna do all the talking.
Well, then it's gonna be a quick episode. It's gonna be a very quick episode of he talking.
Oh, that's not be disrespectful now. Come on now.
I knew that was gonna make you show up.
How you doing, Kev?
What's going on?
Oh, man, you got the lights on, man. You trying to scare us?
Yo, boy, cut the lights on, man. It's not the Super Bowl.
Oh, that was just how it yourself, man. Go ahead.
Exactly.
All right, so look, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna let y'all get y'all stuff off, right? But me and Dave, we want to give our quick and gonna get our quick, analysis on the game yesterday. Quick analysis, and we're gonna give y'all the mic. We're gonna be like a minute or so. All right, that's it. So I'm gonna kick it off. So I must say it was a great game. Went down to the wire. I think both teams are evenly matched based on what I saw yesterday. I think the game was decided, like they said, the game of inches, right? The Eagles won that game because, number one, the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, I don't know, he needed to have a 2 foot size smaller, number one, right? So that was a big play of the game. And number two, the Eagles fumbled 3 times, and their awareness of recovering those 3 fumbles was so key to that whole game. Because we all know the Cowboys feast all turnovers, and the Eagles did not allow that to happen. And they finished on their drives too. They were 3 from 3 from the red zone, right? While the Cowboys were not. So those are my takeaways from the game. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, my takeaway was from both quarterbacks. Both quarterbacks played great yesterday. Jalen Hurts, of course, another clean game. And then Dak, who's been surprisingly to some people, but he's been playing pretty much clean all season long. Last night, one of his best games all year, 300 plus yards, 3 touchdowns. And then, of course, CD had one of his best games of the season, 191 yards. That was to me, it was a really great game. It was a clean game as well. Like Joe said, there was no turnovers on either side, although it could have been. There were none. I'm pretty sure they're going to talk about this, about some things that happened within the game, between calls that were missed, calls that that happened. But either way, this was a really good game to watch. To watch a a long history of a rival of these two teams, the Eagles and Cowboys, who always hated each other, no matter what. And
To this day.
I am a new Eagles hater. I'll say that now. But so I wish the game would have ended in a tie, but that didn't happen. So but either way, honestly, it was a really great game. Like to see how it happens now. A lot of people are saying that the Cowboys are contenders again because of how well they played against the Eagles, but for me, that's still yet to be seen. That's my synopsis on the game.
I know you would say that.
All
We're
right,
not
let's get
contenders
it.
when we play y'all. Are we doing this like members only where the losers go first?
Got to, Tomo. So
Yes.
go ahead.
That's
Stick it
how
on.
it's pressing. Got to, Tomo. Go ahead,
Ah,
man.
all right, let's just start this off like this then, man. You know what, man? We went up to the link. I picked us to win this game in Philadelphia during the offseason. One, because I thought y'all was going to choose this game to be your homecoming game, but technically you did it with Miami. So that right there kind of took a little lackluster off of it for me. But this is one of those games where you watch it and you like, man, is it the playoffs? Because technically every single play in this game mattered. It lived up to all of my expectations. I talk all my trash about the Eagles. I talk about y'all played teams that sub 500 outside of the Dolphins and the Jets. Well, y'all know why the Jets are sub 500. But yet, you all showed up. And then I looked at it, I said, man, they got Byard. They got Howie to go out there and go get Swift. They got Jalen Carter. They got Jordan Davis. They got Sweat. Zon Reddick. I'm not saying 55, but I can't crack no jokes this week. Dak can't outrun that old man. You should have outran him, Dak. That was the 2-point conversion right there. But for me, man, the one thing that really happened in this game is it showed us that, look, you all went to the Super Bowl last year. All off season, they kept saying there was a gap. How big is the gap between Dallas and Philly? And everybody was saying, like, it's as big as the Grand Canyon. It's not. Y'all like right across the street from us. Y'all seen it. And y'all also know this is why Jerry went out and said it's games like this by Jerry look around and be like, I told y'all, I don't really gotta make no moves. My boys can run with the best of them. They got all them weapons over there, and he still ran with the best of them. Your boy AJ Brown, 6 games. What is it for over 100 and some yards? No Trayvon. Slowed that down. He got a touchdown, but he slowed that down. Y'all can laugh all you want, but I'm also here to talk about my team. The bad. I'm gonna talk about the bad right quick. The bad for the Cowboys. 1, trading Amari Cooper. 2, the trade deadline. I said what I just said about Jerry Jones, but he definitely seen that the running game. Nobody's really been running on Philly, but Tony Pollard did absolutely nothing. So that right there shows you that he's a complimentary back. He messed up there. Another bad for us, the coin toss. You guys won the coin toss and we got the ball first. I wanted us to get the ball in the third quarter because you know what y'all do in the third quarter. And y'all did it in the third quarter. That long drive, y'all scored twice. That's when y'all went up 14 points. Boom. Another one. First drive, not being aggressive. Went 3 and out. Passing the ball to Gallup. Y'all not about to use this on me.
Let that organ play, man. Let that organ play.
Man, let it play, man. But look, passing the ball to Gallup on crucial third down. Gallup, hey, Mark said it, bro. You mid this season, bro.
Nah, don't do him like that.
Nah, you playing like some mid this season, bro. That crucial third down, I said I was done with you, but I knew something was gonna happen where he's gonna try to make it up. But totality this whole season, bro, you've been playing like some mid. The mission failed. We'll get them next time. They've been waiting for this moment. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna tell you.
Got all the buttons queued up. Hey, they got stickers on the buttons so they can't forget.
Get them out of there. But also, let me get through this list right quick so I can let y'all boys gloat a little bit, man. Defense not taking a moment in that third quarter to actually make a stop. Micah Parsons podcast. That's another bad for us. Not taking leverage of the gifts 3 times. Those 3 fumbles that Joe talked about, literally 3 times. Hurts was so good yesterday. He threw a pass to himself and caught it. Like, that's just what was going on. And then that O-line. Let's talk about this O-line one time, right? They did enough, to keep us in that game because technically it could have been worse. I ain't hear Jalen Carter named that much until the end of the game. But let's talk about pressures for totality of the season. Tyler Smith, 4 pressures. Tyron Smith, only 5. Tyler Biadasz, 14. Zach Martin, 13 pressures allowed. This is just throughout the totality of the season. Terrence Steele, 28 pressures. 12 of them came from that Eagles game alone. That's why Sweat went over there, because he was getting rag tossed all day on that left side, so he had to go to the right. Hassan was like, it's a party over here, bro. Come on, bro. You want to get one? You want to get that? My man Kev said he had the pitcher in the back, so come on over here so let him get it. And that's just exactly what happened. I'll talk about the good after y'all go, man. Go ahead. Do y'all
Let him cook now.
Go ahead, AJ. Set the floor, man.
Well, 2 teams matched up, the Eagles and the Cowboys. The Eagles won. I didn't necessarily hear Tomo talk about that. He talked about all the bad. Oh, this happened, this happened. But the one thing that Cowboy fans, I haven't really heard them say much on Twitter, on social media, Skip Bayless, everybody on. I've been watching today. I took off work. I've been watching everything today. Everybody, nobody's just flat out saying we lost. Everybody's like, it was close. We had opportunities. Dak, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns. The run game wasn't that great, but Dak, the defense, they made plays. They forced 3 fumbles. But then you look at the score and you see 28-23, an L. You know who else really pushed the Eagles? The Commanders. You know who else actually beat the Eagles? The Jets. Some other teams we was kind of struggling with from time to time? The Rams. But at the end of the day, we're not considering any of them teams contenders for real. But with Dallas, it was so da-da-da-da-da. It was so this, that, and the third. It was so close. At the end of the day, the biggest narrative that I want to kill today is the Eagles ain't played nobody. It was what was that?
I said murder, like kill it.
Dude, it was a narrative that we dealt with all last season, up to the Super Bowl, after the Super Bowl. And so far through the season, it came up again in the chats this week. Do y'all know since Jalen Hurts? Y'all know since 2022, with Jalen Hurts as our starter, we are 10-0. 10-0 against winning teams. Meaning any winning team we faced, we've defeated. Now, the losses that we have are teams that caught us slipping. The Commanders caught us slipping with Hurts. The Jets caught us slipping with Hurts. But at the end of the day, just about every winning team we faced, we've handled. So now you look at the Dolphins, who did lose to the Chiefs. They have a lot to prove. You look at the Cowboys. Both teams, according to everybody, is considered contenders, especially the Dallas now. Especially, I considered them contenders beforehand, for real. But now they're really contenders because they was in such a dogfight with Philadelphia. We beat both of them dudes. So I don't really care. I talked about in the chats how nervous I was at the end, how I felt at the end. It was a great game. Dallas played a great game. But that just seems to be Philadelphia's this year. Like every team is pushing us to the limit. We getting everybody best shot. We find the ways to win at the end of the day. And the last thing I want to say before I kick it to you, Kev, is passer ratings when trailing. I don't know if y'all seen this stat. It's been circling around all amongst Eagles Twitter, but I want to bring it up now. So Jalen Hurts, his passing rating when trailing. Anybody want to guess where it ranks amongst the NFL right now?
Why y'all trailing?
First, with 121.4 rating. Y'all want to know where Dak ranks?
Oh, dang.
Last.
Yeah, Dak.
65.1. Because when that defense ain't getting stops, when that defense ain't turning the ball over and actually recovering, when they not, getting points on that side of the football, and they are forced to put the ball in Dak's hands, he's forced to come from behind. The offense got to carry it away like we've seen Jalen Hurts do time and time again this season. One quarterback still finds a way to win, even if it's ugly. The other quarterback is looking like 3L.
Sure about that?
I got the right one. Go ahead, Kev. You know what time I'm on. Go ahead. You better say something.
Man, look.
You better say something.
All I've been hearing is about the refs from Dallas fans. That's what's killing me. That's all I've been hearing. Ref this, ref that. But fair to realize that Dallas was up. Eagles had to come back, score twice. We only gave up 6 points in the second half. it's not our fault that we would start off the game aggressive on the first drive, and your boy McCarthy thought he was gonna play copycat football and try to be as aggressive as the Eagles, and it came back a bitch on the foot. Literally the foot, because Dak's foot stepped out of bounds on a 2-point conversion, which would have led to a field goal after the fact. And then when you got back down there again, you would have kicked another field goal, which was the 6 points you needed to win the game. So, with that being said, all this ref talk about these calls, this call, whatever, if you take care of business in the first place, you ain't got to worry about that. But I want to give my flowers to my man Jalen Hurts once again, going down. All this rhetoric about Jalen Hurts can't play from behind against a good team, whatever. Because I'm gonna give Dallas their flowers. It was a good game, but Dallas is a good team. I'm not gonna say Dallas is trash. They're not. They actually are a good team, and Dallas can stand up there with the best of them, except for when you play the 49ers. But that's neither here nor there. But other than that, Dallas is a good team. And again, Jalen Hurts had to play from behind because we went down, come back from the half after a so-called injury that we all had discussing about in the chat, whatever, at that point in time about dirty hit. That's neither here nor there right now. But once again, ended up in victory. And once again, like I say, people talking about the Eagles, I haven't played nobody, this and the third. We played the schedule that we've been given. Like you said in the offseason, everybody was talking about our schedule being so tough and our record not being this, our record not being that, blah, 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 blah. Right now, we just getting the beginning of the rough stage of our schedule. But people leaving out the fact that, okay, it was the Commanders, but we still just played 2 division games back-to-back. Whether you liked it or not. That's tough to do for any team. However, whatever. Huh?
We got the Giants next, so go ahead.
All right, y'all do. Okay, we're going to see which. Well, we know who they got a quarterback, or we don't know who they got a quarterback. But
it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
I mean, either way, the Giants ain't the Commanders, so let's not be that.
This is the one thing me and AJ agree on. It don't matter about Danny Jones.
I got no comeback for that. I got no
comeback, but division game is the division game. But
I'm with you, man.
The Giants got them, didn't they? But
let me stop, because then I have to come on.
No,
because if we lose to the Giants, bro, I might have to call out. I'm sorry.
Let me get into my spiel though about how Jalen Hurts that narrative should be dead about him.
Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something. Wait.
I got killed at AJ Brown killed because we wasn't even targeting AJ Brown that heavily that game.
He was gonna do it. Hold on. Go ahead, Kev. I'm gonna let you finish.
No. For one, two, it wasn't that type of game for us to like really over target AJ Brown. It wasn't like y'all was like shutting them down or nothing. Let's not do that. We kept a pretty much balanced game. Jalen Hurts dropped back the least amount in the last like 8 weeks or something. Not 8 weeks, I'm sorry. About 5-6 weeks. That's the least amount of time Jalen Hurts has attempted that low amount of passes. So we pretty much played, let's just get out of here and get this game over with type of football in the second half once we went up. Now, unauthorized mistakes kept y'all in the game, and which made it a real scary game with that fumble and stuff like that. But we still ended up with a victory, which once again lets me know that my team has once again been battle tested. No matter who we played, when it comes down to championship football, a lot of times it comes down to that wire of who's going to will this game, because sometimes it takes just pure will to get out of a game, and Eagles have done that time and time again throughout this season. So. And we've got to play our perfect football. Like Dak damn near played the best. He played the best game of his outside of last week. Dak played a hell of a game. So no. I'm not gonna do you like that. But CeeDee Lamb had one of his best games of his career. Parsons, he was hard to block. Like we had a rookie. I see y'all kept trying to attack him. Like it wasn't like we was just like straight up like bullying y'all. Like y'all had a great game, and we played nowhere near close to flawless football. And we still came out with a victory. That should tell you something. And going into the bye on top of that.
Who y'all got after the bye?
Kansas City. Who else got a bye? Who I was just talking about. But we gonna talk
about. Hold on. I got something for you. Okay, hold on. I just thought about it.
Uh-oh. They both left.
Chips. Hey, here y'all go. Because y'all keep talking about narratives and all that. I got these chips on y'all shoulders. Look, man, take the chips off y'all shoulders, man, and eat, man. That's what happens when you go to the Super Bowl, bro. Everybody gonna be on y'all line, bro. It is what it is. Now, look, I like that y'all came on the platform and y'all addressed the Cowboy fans, because I ain't had nothing to say about the refs. I had something to say earlier, but then the refs Jerry picked up the phone and they gave us 98 yards to get us to the 3-yard line, 5-yard line, basically to win the game. And then the Cowboys did what Cowboys do: penalties, undisciplined. Now, that's one thing I want to address with Kev right quick is when y'all keep saying we haven't played our best football just yet. Teams of holding like scrapping and we're finding ways to win. Y'all do know that most times when y'all playing these teams, they are the most penalized teams in the league, right? Like after that week, when y'all played the Dolphins, 10 penalties to 0. Like, that's not your fault. You're forcing people to do these penalties, but at the end of the day, the reason why this game was so close was because of the penalties on both sides. Technically, didn't y'all go up like 28-17? Penalties got us back in the game.
Oh, okay.
Y'all. So for the most part, y'all are a disciplined team until you ended up playing us.
Penalties.
So that's all we're saying.
Penalties and play calling, because our play calling was very conservative after we went up 28-17.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Who had a better game, Dak or Hurts?
Dak. I mean, overall, you could say statistically Dak. You could say that, but I feel like Hurts was more. Other than, but that wasn't his fault either. I say Hurts, because Hurts is more clutch. Like, he made the plays when they needed to get played. Like, they need to get made, like we've said before. Like, he made the key clutch plays that need to get done. That Devontae Smith after the half, and then AJ Brown right after that. That was the game right there. In a nutshell. If you don't make those plays, we lose regardless of all that happened at the end.
I think Kev hit it on the head. If you want to speak about statistics, Dak in general played a great game. If you want to just talk like statistics, I mean, he threw for close to 400 yards. He had, I think, 3 touchdowns.
Hurts threw like 7 incompletions. Total.
You know, him and CD, you know, they was in 15. They was in. Let me get this off, Kev. Let me get this off. They was in rhythm. They was in rhythm. But football is about moments. It's about moments. And I was a big proponent of saying that I felt like Jalen Hurts outplayed, Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. But in that moment where he fumbled the ball, and moments in the second half, you can make an argument like Joe has in the past the other way. I feel a similar way in this regard when you consider the amount of mistakes that Dak made when it comes to the 2-point conversion on 2 crucial plays. I think it was the play that went to Ferguson that got stopped at the 1-yard line. He had Cooks wide open on the other side of the field. You know, on another play, on a 4th down, I believe it was the play that got batted down by Bradbury, who finally made a play. Good God.
Yeah. Wait till I get to the goods about the game.
He had Ferguson, streaking up the middle of the field wide open. Those two, even though, the play clearly wasn't designed to go to those guys, it was clearly designed to go to other options. He's still a seasoned vet. You're still a 30-year-old, 8-year vet. Like, you're supposed to read the progressions and see who's open. Both of those reads were kind of covered for the most part. He forced them in there where they shouldn't have been forced. And so statistically, he had a great game. But if you have a moment where you have the ball with 20 seconds left, you on the 5-yard line, you got to get the ball in the end zone if you Dak. You got to get the ball in the end zone. False start, sack, incompletion, all of that. And that's not to mention all the other opportunities I just brought up to get them basically the lead. If Dak showed up in those moments, we'd be having a different conversation today. But he didn't show up in those moments. And every time Jalen Hurts had a moment to show up, he showed up. I'm rocking with Jalen Hurts in that regard. Also, y'all tried to take my boy out, and I ain't forget. If you watch that replay, I'm saying it. I don't care what nobody say. I went back and I watched the replay. The explanation that y'all gave was, oh, yeah, man, my man's was falling down and he just happened to roll over into Jalen Hurts' knee. First off, not talking to you when it comes to this, Tomo, but when it comes to Cowboy fans, that's supposed to be a flag. First off, that's one flag that was missed, because anytime, no matter how it happens, we've seen several times in the NFL, anytime a quarterback is hit in the knees, that's a flag. That's number one. But number two, go back and watch the play. If you watch it from the beginning, he trips over his own teammate, stumbles for like 5 extra yards. Kelsey has his hands on top of his chest trying to hold him up. Lawrence is still lunging forward. Hits Jalen Hurts' knee. I wasn't feeling that. And what really triggered me is the play before that. If you watch the play before that, I put it in the chat. So they got a bounty on Hurts because on the play before that, Jalen Hurts scrambled out of the pocket, was looking to get down, and it was a super high hit to like the neck area of his face right before the Lawrence play happened. So I wasn't feeling that. I feel like Dallas was doing a lot of little smooth, stinky stuff. I ain't like to play on Goddard, but hey, it's football. We chalk it up to football. All in all, my boy came out there, tightened up that brace, threw that dimer to Devontae, and the rest is history.
I know, Joe, you gonna say something, so I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'm gonna let you rock out. But I just rewatched that play. Technically, your man Dickerson was holding Fowler on that play too, holding for dear life. But if you want to talk about missed flags, go ahead, Joe. You on mute?
You on mute, Joe?
You said Hurts had a better game, right? Hurts or you said
I believe statistically Dak had a better game. If we speaking on, it depends on how you look at it. If you're speaking on moments, I'm going with Jalen Hurts. If you're speaking statistically, it's not close. Dak went crazy.
Yeah, I asked that question because it's a similar situation in the Super Bowl. Similar situation. And you mentioned that. So that's why I want to know what y'all mindset was at. Because y'all both said Hurts had a better game than Mahomes. But
yeah, I mean,
Hurts had that kind of game against that, literally. Yeah. So and Mahomes was perfect in the second half.
Well, I wouldn't even say that.
Too. I do believe though Hurts only made one. He had to.
Yeah, that was just a fumble. Like Dak made like a couple.
Yeah, but Hurts also fumbled against Philly, and then the lineman recovered. Mahomes was flawless in the Super Bowl, and he had 0 incompletions in the second half. The only one incompletion when he threw in the back of the end zone. No, that was a flag. My bad.
No, you're right.
But no incompletions in the second half. But that's not about them right now. It's about the Eagles and Cowboys. So,
and I like that you brought up moments, right? Because you said Jalen Hurts really didn't have no bad moments. Technically, you did. When you all got the ball back, and then you all did the what was it on the 1 yard line, and then after you all did the the brotherly shove, and then that quick 3 and out that you did. Technically, in that moment, Hurts. I understand what you want to say about play calling, but Hurts is that guy, and he know who's the one-on-one matchup and who can get you a quick first down. So for y'all to end up in that third and 17 or something like that, or 3rd and 20, then he tosses it up to AJ Brown where he damn near overthrew him for real.
Oh, that was 3rd and 3. It was 3rd and 3.
It was short.
3rd and 3.
Yeah, we should have ran the ball.
When he threw in triple coverage. Oh, you talking about the one on the left side?
Yeah, when it was time to ice the game. Y'all had several moments to ice that game. Now, I know y'all want to come on here and kill Dak about when he got to the 5 yard line, but technically y'all had the lead going into that 4th quarter, and Dallas shouldn't even scored another touchdown. So we're going to talk about those moments too.
In the 4th quarter, I mean, this whole second half. So I mean, like,
you shouldn't have scored no points. That's what I'm telling you, Kev.
The whole second half,
Kev, y'all had the ball. Y'all had the ball up 28-17 twice. I mean, y'all had 3.
Y'all was trying to ice the game, but it's a division game. Our calling got conservative until we had to turn it back up, and it's hard. That's another thing you find like in football games when the team tries to settle it down, and then the team starts catching up, and then you try to ramp it back up. It don't always work in sync like that because you already out of rhythm from you already changing the trajectory of the play calling of the game. So the Eagles should have just stayed more aggressive. But also, you got to understand how our defense was, though, because, again, I mentioned on the Sunday morning game that what was y'all going to attack? Our slot positions. Most of the damage was done on the inside of our defense, bro. Like, y'all was cooked. And y'all was talking to Bradbury, too. Y'all was talking to Bradbury.
Well, that's what that play happened about when you was talking about Dak and he threw the ball to Jalen Tolbert. He did something I would have did in Miami. I'd have looked over and seen Bradbury too and be like, I don't care who over there. I'm gonna throw it over there. I don't care who open. I'm throwing it there. Now, that's why I say let me get to the goods because that's one of the goods. The James Bradbury played in this game because soon as he made the moment and Devontae Smith ran over there and said, "Yeah, you him." 28-17, Kev. 28-17, Kev. And then next thing you know, Michael Gallup go out there and was like, "I can't catch the ball." Like, come on, James, what you doing? Then Bayard, what Bayard doing? I mean, I went and got him. He was getting cooked.
2 games in a row, he got cooked, y'all.
He trying to learn the system.
I was sitting in the car and I was like, do I really want to bring this point up? Because Bayard do have interceptions to get Dak, right? So I was like, yeah, I got to bring it up. Was it the fact that Bayard was playing on the Titans that made him look so good? Or is it the fact that he got with y'all? And now he was really washed.
Well, you gotta understand that we're the only. I brought this up in the chat earlier. We're the only team in the NFL out of 32 teams that does not have a slot corner that plays for the team right now that's been healthy.
But I watched Bayer play in the box as well.
Yeah, but he's not a slot corner. We have guys who have never played slot corner ever.
What they got to do with Ferguson?
We can't. I don't think we could judge Byard off 2 games, bro.
No,
he hasn't looked great. He hasn't looked great. I don't like how he's looked.
No,
but it's been 2 games, bro. It's been 2 games. I'm not finna tell.
Sam Howell was one of those quarterbacks.
Sam
Howell's been cooking all season. You hear the Commander fans in the chat.
So that word all pro means
Sam Howell was
nothing to
giving
me
us
anymore.
issues before Byard went to the team. That's more so about EB than it's about him. And that's no disrespect to Sam. But that's more so personally, my personal opinion. That's more so I believe about EB having our number than it is about Sam Howell.
You have been zapped.
But again, Byard, it's his second game with us, bro. It is what it is. I give Dak credit though. Bro. I don't know what it is when you see green out there. I don't know what it is. But one thing I did,
I see green. He played good. When it's red, y'all should have wore red. y'all the one. He wore red. Y'all the one. Y'all the smoked this.
One thing I do want to say though is,
I mean, y'all did win, but y'all the smoked it.
Y'all talk, man. Y'all talk so greasy every time y'all finna play us. I don't know what it is. Michael Parsons before the season talked about how we gonna win the division. XYZ. Dak Prescott. I ain't gonna repeat what he said over the airways. I don't think it's appropriate. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like
you must have thought it was honey on the way y'all couldn't get him in the first half.
I mean,
I'm saying.
I
seen Jalen Carter had slipped off of him one time. He got mad. Then Hassan Reddick had failed. He like, man, what's going on? And then he got his sack back. But I was like, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, to me, the game lived up to what it was. We always gonna talk trash. We division rivals at the end of the day. But that right there just lets me know that the gap ain't as big as y'all thought it was.
Oh, it's still big though.
No, it's
I'm
not.
about to say we get our right guard back. Well, I don't think he might not. I think they might leave it at staying on. Get our right guard back. We get both our slot guys back who was filling the slot spot.
That's gonna help by it.
Man, everybody's hurt, man. Everybody's hurt.
I think a lot of that. No. I mean, it don't matter. We still 8-1. I'm just letting you know what's gonna happen after the bye. We are getting guys back that we needed in these games.
Y'all want me to tell y'all what the gap is between the 2 teams?
But that's just
the gap between the 2 teams is a Super Bowl appearance and a divisional round exit. I think that's a pretty sizable gap. Because that's what we probably gonna see again this year.
Do it again.
Super Bowl appearance and divisional round exit. I think that's a pretty sizable gap.
Okay. We'll see y'all. We'll see y'all 2 more times. That's all I got for you.
Probably 1.
2 more times.
We could probably cook up a members only with the other Cowboy and Eagle fans on too. Y'all can talk about it one more time.
Oh, I got one more message though. My uncle had texted me, right? He told me to tell y'all. Look, he said, because he worked for the Cowboys, and he said when he walked in the locker room, he said they was in there talking like Ray and Claude. He said they thought they was gonna come down here and just take our cornbread. We ain't go like that. We fought for our cornbread. Y'all won the fight, but you didn't get our cornbread though.
When the Eagles talking trash, I was the ones talking.
I ain't never seen Brandon Graham do a post-game conference, Kev. I ain't never seen him. I never seen his wife post the Eagles ever. She be at every game, Kev.
That's because he's had his best game. He was the reason. He was a big reason why we won.
Had 2 plays. Man, let's go home.
That was 2 key plays.
What Fred wanted to say, man? You gonna get your 2 snaps this week?
Hey, Dave, would you post in the chat? Back-to-back sacks. BG 55.
He fell on one and tripped Dak up, and he was like, "Yeah, I made the play."
They gotta understand too. The Eagles got an insider. They got an Eagle insider in public airways talking trash every single week about the Cowboys. But Sean McCoy. So like,
it don't count, bro.
Yeah. I mean, he's
posted him in the
He's in it there, but he's not in there like every week.
There's a difference. There's a difference between a TV personality and players, brother.
No, you're right. What's wrong with it?
And then Dak say he pulled money.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything. Talking.
He's not just a TV personality. He played with the team, so it still counts. He's not just a TV.
He's not an active. No, bro. No, it's not the same. He's not an active.
I guess you can.
If Slay is playing and he's talking, because Slay has a podcast. He don't talk like that before you finna see a team. If Jalen Hurts was talking, what Dak said, there's a difference between that and somebody who played for the team, great player, but he don't play with the team no more. It's almost expected, especially now that he a TV personality.
Michael Irvin
To be
go
honest,
on TV every
I put him
week.
in the category with Shady. Michael
But
Irvin.
Michael Irvin gives praise where praise is due. Shady ain't never get no praise.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, Shady don't get praise. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up, y'all. It was good. It's good. So if y'all want to do a members only, we can set that up. All right, let us know. All right, tomorrow Tuesday, it'd be good to do a Tuesday night. So let's get these last words in. Kevo, you still there? AJ, give us our last words. Your last words.
All right. First off, again, thank y'all for having me on, man. It's always fun coming on, especially after a win. Again, I'm gonna have to come here after a loss, but I don't know what to say at this point. We just keep on collecting dubs as ugly as they come. Shout out to the Eagles for being 8-1, the best team in the NFL. The Ravens is right there though. I want to give the Ravens some luck because they look good. Good thing they out there in the AFC though. The Lakers, they doing decent so far. I'm not too mad at it. I'm trying to lock in with them, but it's hard because my football team playing so great. We got to get these rotations down and figure out what the hell we doing because right now it's been too up and down for me. We got to taper Bron minutes down just a little bit. He playing 40 minutes a night all over again. I don't like that. But again, shout out to Refuse to Lose. Y'all check out my podcast sometimes too, man. Full time out every Wednesday. I'm having some technical difficulties with the radio side, but it's always up on YouTube. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. The link is in my bio. AJ2K. Y'all know where to find me. But again, pleasure to be here. Let's stop the Eagles narratives that we ain't played nobody because we just played a team that is very well respected in the Cowboys and the Dolphins. We're gonna see how they look the rest of this schedule, the hardest schedule in the league. Let's not forget that. That's it, man. Put some respect on my boys, put some respect on my quarterback. We'll be better going forward, but it feels good going into the bye week as the best team in the NFL.
Fact.
Kevin.
Yeah, shout out to the Eagles, man, for hanging tight. Still leading the league with the best record in the NFL right now. People just playing catch up. Yeah, also shout out to the Ravens though. But like I said before the season, I look forward to seeing them in the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. That'll be one for the ages.
We both predicted.
Cowboys, I gave y'all
respect. Saying right here. That's all I'm saying.
I don't care nothing about that, bro. We play them this year.
But make sure y'all don't take their quarterback out. Go ahead,
but like I said, appreciate it, Mark. But like I said, I'm gonna give respect to the Cowboys. Though it was a heck of a game. We still got to play y'all again, so I mean, look forward to seeing y'all in Dallas. We will be stronger on the defensive side, so you will have to figure out a new strategy on how you plan on attacking us and having your wide receivers laughing at our defensive backs in the locker room because we did hear about a report coming out about that. So I mean, y'all did y'all thing in the passing game, but it still didn't lead to a victory. So laugh all you want. Figure out another way to beat us. Also shout out to the Mavericks. I think we 5-1. What's the score right now? They are playing right now. Playing Vaughn, matter of fact. Orlando Magic's Paolo.
Yeah, you're down 9 right now.
Okay, that's cool. Game ain't over.
Sound like a Cowboys yesterday, man.
Hey,
it's the Dallas thing, baby. Go ahead.
Nah, ain't no Dallas thing. It's just the Mavs. The Mavs only.
Dallas Mavericks.
Shout out to the Mavs, but I appreciate y'all having us on having me on the platform, and look forward to this members only because I need Big O and Worm to come on there because it's gonna get real explicit. So yeah, let's get it.
Hey, Big O, you watching? I know you are. Post them screenshots. I'm waiting on them screenshots. You screenshot me. You screenshot Kev. You screenshot Blaze. Where the screenshots? We need screenshots.
We're going to hit that delete button like Joe doing that Bible week by week. He held on to a page this week. He held on to that page this week.
Second in passing yards in the league, by the way. That's not about us, though. You weren't expecting that. Yeah, let's get it. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll get y'all next time. Members only. Y'all stay safe.
All right,
fellas.
All right, Tom, the quick news and let's wrap this up.
So the quick news is we got the Monday Night Football. It's the Jets taking on the Chargers, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is gonna be a good one. We really gonna see who actually wants to win this game because Zach Wilson got. I think Aaron Rodgers is walking, right? They say he walking.
Yeah, he's walking. He was actually throwing 50-yard bombs during warmups.
if Aaron Rodgers is at this game, then Zach Wilson is going to show up. Because the last 2 times Aaron Rodgers was on the sideline, Zach Wilson showed up. But we just going to do some quick picks, man. Who y'all got winning tonight? For me, I'm going to just start it off. I'm going to go with Kellen Moore one more time. I'm going to give the Chargers one more shot at this, man, and see if they can make something happen. I picked them to actually be the number 1 seed in the AFC, and I look bad, like real bad. Dave?
I'm picking the Jets. I feel like the Jets will win this game. Mostly because of their defense, but I feel like Zach Wilson has played well enough to not lose the game. You're on mute again, Joe.
I'm going with the Jets also. I think the Chargers defense is disgusting. So the Jets, if they go against a bad defense with their great defense, it's going to be a hard day for Justin Herbert. So a lot of pressure. So I got the Jets winning. And Aaron Rodgers in the building.
Okay, so I'm the lone wolf. Let's go Chargers.
What was that?
Yeah, I remember that from the Sunday jump.
Yeah.
All right, let's get these last words in. Shout out to the Kings. They play tonight. Actually playing right now. Playing Houston. Lost to Houston, which is crazy. I'm glad we played them again without Foz. We're going to beat them today. I'm going to put that on there right now. They're going to win today. And hashtag swipe for MVP season. Commander, somehow you're doing your thing. You are second in passing yards right now. He was torching the Patriots. Only had one bad play, that stupid interception he thrown, but he killed Bill Belichick's defense yesterday. All right, so shout out to Teddy. But that's all I got for y'all. Like the beat.
Yeah, shout out to Miami Heat playing the Lakers right now. Tied at the end of the starting second at 33 each. So let's go Miami. Let's get this dub. And then shout out to John Lynch, going out to make a move during the trade deadline, help bolster this defense. Still feel like we need to make a move at corner. So, we do have a first round pick this year. So at least let's do it with that, or at least offensive lineman. So let's see what we do there. Coming off the bye week, play against the Jaguars on the road. Let's go get this dub, get back in the winning column, and yeah, let's go Niners. Oh, and Duke, we play tonight. College basketball starts. Let's get it.
Man, college basketball, man, the Pistons done lost their number 1 fan. That's crazy. Carl gone. Now the MSU playing basketball. But for me, Wizards, I came on here last week and I said, let's just go out there and try to be entertaining. But some of these games is just not even entertaining the way y'all just be losing. It make you just want to cut the game off. So I don't know what the front office is trying to prove right now with this young core. Maybe they're just trying to see some chemistry or if they can get some pieces together. But for my Wizards fans, man, just hold it out. We are the Wizards. We'll find a way to make something happen. That's the one thing we agree on, Blaze. Or should I say Ghetto's Prophet. And hey, Cowboys, man, look, they say all the talk in the locker room was more so like, hey, ain't nobody down. This is more so a confidence builder. So now we got to go out there. We got to play the Giants, and then we got the Panthers after that, and then we got the Commanders on Thanksgiving. That's not going to be no slouch. I want to say one more thing, too. Shout out to AJ. He said something about his podcast, right? Hey, Cowboys fans, if y'all want to hear Eagle give some Cowboys some props, he do it on his show. He don't try to do it in the chat, but I know he do it on the show. So yeah, let's get out of here.
All right, y'all. That's all we got for y'all today. We'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.